Welcome to another edition of O Reacts, and today we have another video from the channel called Quran and Islam. But check out this title. Why this man turned into a dog. What the frick? Yes. Apparently, this guy there is turning or turned into what he's holding. I know, it's crazy. I think we should just get right to it.
A Japanese man just recently made a YouTube channel and revealed that he has fulfilled his childhood dream. He has spent around $14,000 in fulfilling his dream, and he is living it right now. Now this is the amazing part.
Wait. So all it cost him was $14,000, and he gets to become a animal? Wow, interesting.
Can you take a moment and guess what could be his possible dream? What dream could have possibly cost him $14,000? In a rapid, this Japanese man turned himself into an animal, and that too, a dog, by spending the earnings of his life. Can you believe that?
What kind of... Wow. Just the last video, I was talking about mental issues. What kind of this is even... I don't know what's worse. I guess this gotta be worse. To be so mentally screwed up that you want to become a dog and you spend all your money on trying to make that happen so that you can live as a dog. I don't even know what to say with this. What kind of upbringing you had? Like, who are your parents? What happened? That's my question. 'Cause something crazy happened for you to be that confused and that driven to do something that crazy. Wow, subhanallah.
That? Why would a man want to become an animal, a dog? Toko went through a procedure of 40 days in which he was accommodated and fixed inside a hyper-realistic dog costume created by a Japanese company called Sepe.
Look at him wagging his tail.
After spending 40 days crafting this intricate disguise, Toko finally had the opportunity to step out into the world as a dog and take his first ever walk in public. And this walk in public is what made him viral on the internet. You can also see him loitering on the road. He even met some other dogs in this video.
And who's walking him? That's my question. Who's walking him? Don't tell me this is his wife. Do not. I better not hear this in the video. That better not be his wife.
Yeah, perfect.
You know, a real dog could do that better. Look, even my dog's mad. You see that?
Amazing! One more time.
He specifically chose Border Collie to turn into, as it is his favorite breed. And the video is being celebrated in the West, while in the Eastern side and among the Muslims, it has become a meme material. But what should be its interpretation according to the Quran and Hadith? It has a serious interpretation, brothers and sisters. This video is an extension of the gender transition surgeries that Christians, in fact, all Americans, are advocating for. This marks the success of the devil, the shaitan, when he promised that he will eventually convince the humans to alter themselves, to mutate themselves. He said so because Allah had created man in the best shape and form, and Iblis claimed that one day these same humans will be changing their form and appearance. Allah says in Surah Nisa, I shall lead them astray and fill them with vain desires, and I shall command them, and they will corrupt God's creation. But all who take Satan rather than God for their master do indeed most clearly lose all. This is no doubt corruption with Allah's creation. Brothers and sisters, did you know that around 8,000 teens and adults in America underwent gender transitioning surgery only in the year 2021? Why are they doing so? What makes them think and believe that God Almighty made a mistake in the form and shape He made them into? Na'udhu billah. It is all the work of the shaitan. These people are made to believe that since they have all the human rights, they also deserve the right to choose their gender. They say that their souls have been enclosed and caged inside the wrong body, that they are females trapped in a man's body or a male trapped in a woman's body. Have you ever heard about anything remotely similar? Ever? Anyone? Who do we know that is known for implanting ideas in man's brain? It is only shaitan. It only slowly imparts and builds and nourishes the idea inside man's brain. He similarly makes...
Yeah, it's like he gets in people's minds, and then he gets them thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking over and over about certain things until these thoughts just like take over. You know, when I used to hear like some of the craziest serial killers and stuff like that, and they like, I forgot which one of them said how a dog talked to him and told him to do this and that. And you have others, they say how like animals talk to them and things like that. And I always wondered, how is this possible? Like, first of all, if a dog came to talk to you, or a monkey or whatever, if an animal's talking to you, why would you listen? That's what puzzled me the most. Why would you listen? But they do. And it seems, and Allah knows best, but it seems like it's the repetition. It's kind of how, like, when they lie in the mainstream media and all this stuff, they say and the saying that you say a lie enough times it becomes the truth. It seems to work that way in people's minds for some reason.
Made these people believe that they want to have another body. How ridiculous! The Western media and influencers only promote the idea that if you want, if it makes you happy, just go and get a gender transition surgery. As simple as that. But nobody tells the younger generation that gender transitioning surgery is not the solution to their problems. Gender transition will not cure their depression or alcohol abuse. Voltaire is one of the famous activists who advocate against such procedures. But would you ever hear his name? No. All we will ever listen to is the advocacy of becoming whatever you want to be, even if it is an animal, a dog. Walt tells his story in the book Trading My Sorrows, where he says that even after spending time and money on becoming a woman, he was abusing alcohol and drugs, wrestling with depression and thoughts of suicide, and confused about who he was. He writes, "My bad choices had destroyed my identity, my family, and my career. The surgeon's knife and resulting amputation had not changed me from a man into a woman. It was becoming very clear that the surgery they call sex change or gender reassignment is not a sex or gender change at all, but a means to living out a masquerade through the destruction of perfectly good sexual organs. Why do the satanic ideas get more recognition and display than the natural, sane ones? It is all devil's work, brothers and sisters. He has only slowly and very patiently set the ground for mankind to accept and then promote such ridiculous ideas. At the same time, brothers and sisters, we cannot expect and believe that this contagious idea would not reach us or our children. It is devil's work, and he works in a slow, buildable, secret manner. And we will never know when a devilish idea persuades us. But only asking Allah for guidance and forgiveness can protect us. Always ask Allah for guidance and protection of Iman for yourself and also for your family and children.
Wow, man. How crazy is the world getting? Just in my youth, this stuff was just unheard of. This is stuff you couldn't even imagine ever happening. Especially you would think just the that society alone would never accept these kind of things. And just in my lifetime, I've witnessed it all turn around, all flip upside down, where they are pushing so many things from so many angles, and it's affecting the minds of people. And because they see it more often and they're being told from multiple areas that there's nothing wrong with this, so they see it as normal. They don't have the thing where it's like, whoa, let me chill out. No, they don't have that. So it just makes it easier to just do anything you want. Anything. And because you know that society will accept you. And that's only to a certain degree, because, I think that's questionable. I'd love to see the real numbers behind that, because these people are still finding themselves doing things like, taking themselves out, if you know what I mean, and things like that, because they clearly can't handle it. And a lot of them end up strung out on drugs and alcohol and this and that to try to cope with what they're doing. Protect your children. Watch who they're around. Don't just give them a phone. Don't just give them a laptop or whatever it is. Don't give them the technology and then think they're all right. Because they will be exposed to things. Don't let them watch TikTok and other things, because they will get exposed to things that they should never be exposed to. And you won't even know. You will be clueless. You'll be thinking that they're just being exposed to the things you're allowing them to be exposed to. But you don't realize what you're allowing them to be exposed to when you give them a phone and you give them a tablet and you give them these things and then you just leave them. This is not the way. You will lose your children like that. Because they are sponges, and they taking in all this stuff and they're doing it. And when you're doing it as a youth, you're not mentally able to really handle this. And it's just playing with fire. So whatever you do, make sure you know everything that your kids are watching. Make sure you know their friends. Make sure that you're being careful with your children, or you will lose them. And my recommendation, not that it's perfect, but I strongly recommend you take them out of public school. Find out where's the Islamic school, get them in there. Although that's not perfect either, it is far better than a public school. I seen it with my youngest daughter. She completely turned everything around just from taking her out of public school, where she wasn't doing well at all, and putting her in Islamic school. And she's doing so much better. On top of that, she's learned Quran. She learned how to read and write Arabic. All these, I don't even know how to do that. She knows more surahs than me. So, and I'm incredibly proud of that. And so this is my recommendation. Not that it's perfect. You still got to watch. You still got to be careful. But it's far better than public school. Matter of fact, in our community, what we're seeing is more and more people that's not even Muslim. They're not Muslim at all. And they're starting to send their kids there. How about that? So it's a blessing. So now their kids, they're not even Muslim, but they're going and they learning Quran, they're learning Arabic, they're learning, you know what I mean? They're being exposed to much better things. And I applaud these parents because to not be of a certain faith and still send your child to a school of that faith, it shows a lot. It shows that what they care mostly about is the well-being of their children. So, kudos to you guys. Anyway, I'm going to leave it right there until the next one. Inshallah.